You guys, I'm so sorry about that last virtual party training that I was trying to do. Um, my internet just decided to just quit on me, and my husband's trying to reboot it. Um, we were able to use a hotspot on the phone and get logged in that way. So, anyways, where I was at with this is that I was showing you guys the Google Docs. So I'm going to start there, share my screen. All right, so like I was saying before, you can, on the Bazaar Bullet Train, it's in the announcements. And on Landy Chef Team, it's in the announcements. So you guys will click on the virtual party training every Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, that's the Zoom, that there's virtual party training every Tuesday in September at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then there's the success system to follow. So you'll click on that. And it will give you this working copy. It's called Working Copy Friday to Friday. The reason why it's called the working copy is because we can go in here and we can edit that. So you do not want to edit the working copy. You would want to make sure you made your own copy and then check back frequently to see if there were any updates. So the first thing you guys want to do is, of course, where it says important, start here, watch this first. You need to do that because it's an overview. It's about 17 minutes long, not a big deal, but you definitely need to do that. It gives important virtual party tips. You can click on that. It gives you a link to watch. This Landy Bazaar group virtual party training, that is the group, you guys, that if you're not on, you'll want to make sure that you're on it, because this is where I will post everything each day showing you what you need to do. So it's already started telling you what you need to do for October 1st parties. If you're currently September 24th parties, because we do things several weeks in advance to get started. So it's not just you start doing everything on September 17th or on September 24th. There's lots of things you have to do beforehand. And that's what this doc tells you to do. There is a binder you can make as well, and it has a video showing you how to do that. So that's something you'll want to look at. And then for all of you that just started, you're going to need to send private messages to get your first parties booked. And a lot of you, I know, are probably leery about doing that because you're afraid of somebody telling you no and knowing what to say. This alleviates all of that stress for you. So it will tell you to send this to 30 contacts per day until you have your calendar filled with at least 4 virtual parties a week in your first 30 days. We tell you guys 4 because 9 times out of 10, you're always going to have 1, possibly 2 that just completely flop. You don't want to go through all of this with starting with 2 parties and both of them flop, and then you've done all that work for nothing for the week. So schedule 4. I mean, there's a little bit extra time that you're doing with checking your notifications, but it's not that big of a deal in the whole big picture of things. So, and it tells you exactly what to say. You know, hey, name, I don't know if you saw, but I just started doing Pampered Chef. I'm looking for 2 friends who can be my guinea pig. Copy and paste this exact words to the people that you're wanting to ask. And I would ask every person on your friends list. Don't prejudge and think that they're not going to want, they don't like to cook, or they're not going to want to host a party for me. If they know that you're trying to get your business started, because that's what this is saying, I bet you they'll want to help you. I had to start with my family and friends, and thank God they helped me because I was able to reach out to their friends that I wasn't currently friends with. So that's how you end up getting out of your circle, but you do have to start with your inner circle first. And you have to ask. If you guys don't ask, then it's not going to work because you have to get the bookings. And whether you do it for virtual parties or in-home parties, you still have to ask people to get you started, okay? So this gives you the words to copy and paste. And then it also tells you if they don't respond, check back with them in 48 hours. That's important. If they say no or no thank you, it gives you words to use. If they say, does it take a lot of time, it gives you words to use. When they say yes, it tells you what to do. You guys, this tells you exactly what to say. Now you can tweak the words just a little bit to where it's something how you would word it so that your friends don't think you just copy and paste stuff. But try to keep it as true to this form as possible because it has shown to work. It goes down to tell you about recruiting in your virtual parties and handling the objections, okay? So these are things that you'll ask, and this is all in the training, the host coaching. It will tell you when to ask these questions to your host, but basically you're going to ask them 5 times during the party if they want to give this business a try. And you want to make sure you do that. I didn't in the beginning, and I wish I would have because it would have benefited me. But again, I was one of those people that was scared of a no. That is what your upline is for. If you get somebody that tells you no, basically there's ways, there's verbiage in here to help you overcome those objections. But you can also send a screenshot to your upline from that person before you respond. You don't have to respond right away. Send the screenshot to your upline. Let them help you with words to use. Because 9 times out of 10, a no is just a not right now. It's almost never a flat out no, I'm never doing this, leave me alone. Until they tell you that, you can try to overcome those objections. Let me just check something real quick. I don't know that I put on here that I'm recording this, so I want to make sure I'm doing that real quick. Ha, I am. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, back to the screen. All right, so it also shows you how to get recruits at your show. So you always want to look for those people that really comment a lot, the people that ask about the business, things like that. Okay, so once you book your party, you guys, there's a checklist you're going to want to use. And now there's one that I specifically use. I posted that in the Woods Warriors. It's my show planner, but I also use sheet number 2 of Donna's. You guys can use whichever one you want, and it gives you a 6-minute video here to watch and how Donna has created this and what to expect from it. So I get it pulled up. Okay, so basically, this is sheet number 1. Oh, there's my sheets. There's sheet number 1, which is this. Sorry, guys. Okay, and then there's sheet number 2. It gives you a checklist. So I personally use my own show planner that is also included in here. It needs to be edited, but it's also included in here in an Evernote. But I use mine, but then I also print this off because it tells me 2 weeks before, make sure I did this. A week before on Monday, make sure I did this. A week before on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, make sure I do these things. And I can check it off to make sure you don't miss anything because there's lots of steps with the virtual party and they're all important to the success of it. So you guys want to make sure that you're doing it. Sheet number 1 has everything you need. It has the show date, has the total sales, how many bookings you got, when you asked your host 5 times and what they told you, the host information, the customers' names, if they participated, how much they ordered, when you sent them the text and the customer service, the 2x2x2s, which this working doc goes over that as well. But you guys, as soon as you have a party booked, you'll want to make sure you print out this one, or if you're in the Woods Warriors team, the one that I have created there. Let's see if this is. Okay, so if you guys click on this weekly host checklist overview in this doc, it gives you the VP checklist, and this is a show planner I use. However, this is an outdated one and it needs to be updated. I don't know how to operate Evernote, so I've sent a message to Donna asking her to update that in case you guys do want to use that. But the one that Donna created is phenomenal. I'm just a creature of habit, and I've been using that same show planner forever, and I'm used to it. So it's just what I personally have chosen to use, but I definitely use sheet number 2. Okay, so then it tells you what to do 2 weeks before the show, that you're going to confirm it with the host. You're going to send the host packet. This also tells you what to put in the host packet. This costs about, for me, it costs about $3.50. I put all of these items in a 2-pocket folder, and then I put it in a 10 by 13 manila envelope, and it's about $3.50 to mail it. I actually use 2 order forms because I don't use the monthly guest flyer. If you go into marketing imagery, which is where you can find the host letter and the order forms, not the host letter, the host flyer, sorry, the host flyer, which shows the host special for the month. You get those in marketing imagery in Consultants Corner. And if you go to the guest side of it, there's an order form on there that actually lists the guest special on it. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, basically, and it's saving the weight in my envelope. There's also a kit coupon that tells you that you can use a kit credit to get your business started. You guys can print those off and put them in there. Then you scroll down, it tells you what to do a week before the party. The message that you're going to send to your host, again, you just copy and paste Tuesday before. And then it tells you, I apologize, you guys, I'm kind of sleepy. It tells you how to create the group in Facebook. You can watch a quick video, how to set up the group on Facebook if you've never done a group. Prior to about a few months ago, we were all doing events and not groups, so we all kind of had to learn this. So it shows you the description, and use an emoji. And the reason why I'm using emoji, you guys, is because when you're on Post My Party, I'm just going to click over that real quick, and you're wanting to schedule a party, and there's training in here that shows you how to do all of the Post My Party stuff as well, but I'm just going to go in here like I'm scheduling one. You click on your personal group. I know that, say for instance, this week is all watermelons, so I'm going to scroll down and look for my watermelons to add them. And by doing the emojis, they're just kind of all in one thing, whereas if you do like an ice cream on one and a cherry on one and a lemon on one, then you've got to scroll through all the names. And granted, right now you probably don't have a lot of names, but as you get going and keep doing these parties, this is going to get filled up, so it's easier just to do those little emojis here. Okay. It says to add some people. You can add your director, but I would not. I would add, I'm going to change this. Add a friend. Add a friend to the group so you can set it up. I personally use my husband. For those of you that are brand new, I would like you to add your director to your very first party, because they're going to want to see that it's set up correctly, and they're going to also want to give you some pointers throughout the party. Say if they can tell that you're not really participating like you should, or if the host isn't participating, they can help give you some pointers on that. So definitely add your director to your very first party, but don't continue to add them, because even for me personally, it gets overwhelming when I have a ton of my people sending me, adding me to their groups. It gets to be a lot. So for your very first ones, though, we definitely want to help you guys out. After that, though, just add a friend, add your husband. I've added my daughter before. And then when you do add the host, then you can go and delete that person if they don't want to be on there or see it. It tells you how to set the privacy. This basically tells you exactly what to do to set up the party details. We have the third-party posting requirements that's new, where you have to make sure you add Post My Party when you go in to edit the settings. That's very important, or your template will not post to the party, okay? Tells you how to create the party in Consultants Corner. You can watch this video. It talks about the party template, which is Post My Party that I was just showing you guys. There's a free 30-day trial, and you guys will want to do that, because this is how I can have 8 parties every single week and still have a life. Yes, my notifications get crazy. I just go in a couple times a day and I respond to people's comments and questions. 9 times out of 10, the majority of my notifications are because they've commented on a party, on a guessing game, or they've commented, yes, they'd love that recipe, or no, they wouldn't. or they just like the post. So 9 times out of 10, it's not really any questions that are being asked, so it's not that big of a deal. It also gives you templates to use. Down here is sample templates. And you guys, whenever you do click on these, if you're in the Woods Warriors, you guys know that I have an 8-day template out there for you guys to use. I don't share with everyone across the board because a lot of times I know that you guys don't always change the pictures, which is very important. You have to change the pictures up. But if we had everybody using the same one, then it's going to become a problem and you guys will be in Facebook jail. Same with this. Those of you that are planning on using any of these, make sure you go in and you edit those pictures. Otherwise, you'll cause problems for yourself and they won't post. All right, so then it tells you what to do the Wednesday before, the Thursday before, and your host coaching. Basically, you're going to put all of your hosts together in a group private message on the Thursday before your party starts. And then you're going to, that's when you're going to add them to their parties. You're going to send this along with these pictures. And then each day it tells you what to do. Thursday evening, it's telling you exactly what you need to do. This is where you've got to make sure they have actually added their people. And then so on and so forth. It tells you everything you guys need to do throughout the party. And so does this group. As I showed you before, this group, I have a template set up in here to post training automatically each day. But it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And your director may or may not do this. I personally, for all of my brand new people, for their very first 2 parties, I will go in and I will tag them in those parties. Just like I did here for Julie and Alicia. I tagged them because they have first party starting October 1st. Well, actually September 24th and October 1st. So I'm tagging them in anything that has to do with those 2 dates just to help them get off to a good start. And you can even ask your upline if they'd be willing to do that same thing for you. But if maybe they can't or they forget, all you guys have to do is set yourself a reminder to look at this every single morning. You can literally type in 24th, and it's going to pull up everything you have to do for the 24th. All right? Type in October 1st, or you can just type in the 1st. It'll tell you everything you need to do for your October 1st parties. So, and it gives you this Google Doc with every single link, with every single party or post. Okay, so once you guys get going with all of that, you can also, once you feel comfortable with that, the Landy Bazaar group training and you just want to go off of this, you can remove yourself from that group or you can keep yourself on there, because what I'd like you to do is stay on there so when you recruit people, you can add them to that group. But while you're on this working copy, if you hit Control F, move my picture out of the way here, you can, Control F will pull up this little search bar for you, and you can type in, say it's Thursday, and you want to know what you need to do on Thursday, whether it's before the party or the day of the party or whatever. This will pull up everything you need to do Thursday before, and it should also tell you down here Thursday, another Thursday before, Thursday evening follow-up. Didn't pull up Thursday party day 4. Maybe it was above that. Okay, so that was a bad example. But it could have been up above that. Oh, that was Wednesday. For some reason, it didn't show me Thursday party day 4 unless I just skipped it. But over here on the left-hand side, just in case that happens, and maybe I just scrolled through it too fast, but it also tells you over here what to do. So here's your Thursday. And this is party day 4, Thursday host coaching and what you need to do on Thursdays. So not only is it here, but it's in that training group. You guys can't you can't fail if you follow it. I mean, honestly, we've had so many people, and like I said, whether you guys work full time, you work part time, you go to school. Um, I personally have had the privilege of being able to quit my full time job. I want to say it was like 7 or 8 months into joining Pampered Chef. I was blessed to be able to quit that. So I am a full time Pampered Chef person. I choose to be full time. I don't have to. Um, but I do try to end my day at 6 p.m. every night so that when my husband gets home, I'm not doing Pampered Chef except maybe checking a few notifications, which, are we all on our phones usually at some point in the evening? But my daughter, for instance, she works full time and goes to school and has 2 small children, and she's, advanced in this company and made good money, and she runs herself, between 6 to 8 parties every week. We have a lady, Jennifer, that she works full time, and she's advanced in this business, and she has a lot of people on her team that she's helping to promote. So it just depends on what you guys want, and all I'm saying is to just follow the system because it does work. So you guys post any of your questions on here, and I'm sorry that the Zoom didn't work earlier. I apologize for that, and thank you guys for being on, the ones that were able to be on. And post your questions here, and between all of us, we'll get them answered. All right, and welcome to Pampered Chef. All right, y'all have a great evening.